One of you asked, is there a common thread? Is there a process or a technique or some steps that each of these creators that have manifested their dream life, that have manifested everything they want and desire, that have manifested seemingly impossible miracles in their life, as some of the success stories that we've shared, one just recently, but we've shared many on the channel. Is there something that they all have in common? Is there a step or process or technique or something that I may be missing? This is what one of you asked. I thought it was a powerful question. And we're going to talk about this today. What is the common thread? It's going to blow you away. Holly manifesting being famous and a star. We just did 3 videos on Holly and this idea that she always wanted to be a star, always wanted to be a celebrity. And manifested her now husband, who was a specific person, a few years ago in 2023 when we first started talking. That was her specific person. That's now her husband. And then someone else creating the experience in reality of resurrecting a relative or a friend or a pet who had seemingly made their physical death transition. We have a few videos on those. And another healing from a late stage terminal illness. A couple on those as well. And then one of you affirming, I am God and there is no other, and waking up literally a millionaire in your bank account. Still others manifesting miraculous changes in their bodies and physical appearance. Healings from chronic pain and illnesses. Manifesting a specific person that's a celebrity or way out there. It just seems impossible. Or restoring broken relationships with loved ones or friends that seemed just impossible to mend or manifest. We've shared all of these. Is there a common thread? Well, there is. And it's not what you think. It's not because they learned to be master manifestors. Each one of you are already a master manifester. It's innate. You were born a master manifester. You're manifesting, creating, and shifting realities in every moment. It's natural. It's innate. You are all master manifestors and perfect expressions of the Creator. It's God-given. There's no coach or teacher or guru that teaches you how to be a master manifester. It's already innate. What do we do at Be Something Wonderful? We just point to that truth. It's not because they happen to perfect the law of assumption or some universal law, or they applied the processes or the laws correctly and found the right processes and techniques. There are no permission slips to be given. There are no concessions to be made. There are no conditions to be met unless you believe and assume that. And it's not that they discovered some secret mantra or affirmation or manifesting formula or routine that manifests miracles. Many of you have tried different people's recommendations on affirmations and processes with 0 results or even worse, contrary results. What's going on? Well, I want to start here, but I want to give you this common thread. So we're going to give it to you in a few minutes, but let's start with this idea. You are the only source and creator and cause of everything you want and desire. Your very own self-awareness, contemplating your very own I amness. You've heard me say this many times. That's how God or existence or all that is creates or knows and experiences itself or is aware and conscious of itself as all that is. You are literally everything you want and desire already. Now, we've talked about that idea. Buckle up. So what is it then? What is the greatest manifesting and reality creation secret of all? Well, I've revealed this secret, hidden in plain sight, in dozens of videos. On this channel, the Tom Kearin channel, and on the Be Something Wonderful channel. On the Be Something Wonderful channel, we just passed 78,000 subscribers. So thousands of you have already seen these videos. And we're at more than 16,300 on the Tom Kearin channel, just started a few years ago. So thousands of you have already seen these videos. But here it is. There's a video I did a few years ago. And this is on the Be Something Wonderful channel. I don't remember the title of it, if you can find it. One of you knows our library quite well. If you could find that and point to it and link it in this video, it would be great. But I did a few videos when I always do videos when I'm traveling. And I was at an ayahuasca retreat in Cuenca, Ecuador, in the mountains of Cuenca, Ecuador, where they do ayahuasca ceremonies each day. And it's interesting how the shaman starts this ceremony. The shaman starts the ceremony by saying, "Thank you, Father Sky. Thank you, Mother Earth." And remember, Father Sky and Mother Earth is representing the union or the oneness of heaven and earth. In other words, establishing the unity in the oneness of us all. No separation, no limitations. Pure unconditional love and gratitude. Well, he didn't stop there. He went on and kept saying thank you, and thank you for this, and thank you for that. And then not just him, but all those that were assisting in the ceremony. So you're sitting there by the fire in your blanket, getting ready for this ceremony and to take the medicine. And there they go, on and on, thanking this, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I loved it. This one shaman who I really enjoyed, he was the best. He said, "Just when you are sick and tired of saying thank you, say it again." Wow. After, whoa, I mean, we were in there for a while at this introduction of the ceremony, the beginning of the ceremony. And he kept just saying thank you, but then after all of those thank yous, and after everyone else said thank you, all his other assistants, it went back to him to say thank you again. And then he says, just when you're sick and tired of saying thank you, say it again. Like the ancients say, cast your net again. Wow, I get tingles. No matter what the circumstances and conditions look like, say it again. Gratitude is that common thread. It means it's done. It means creation is finished. It's not a condition. God doesn't need your gratitude. The gratitude's for you. God already made you as all that is. Gratitude, creation's finished means it's done, not as a condition to fulfillment, but as a recognition, as an acceptance, as a demonstration of the fulfillment that you are. That's what that shaman was demonstrating there. It's not a condition. You're already fulfilled. It's a recognition. It's an acceptance. It's a demonstration as source, as the creator of the fulfillment that you are. Say it again. Wow. And I love how they established the unity right there. Thank you, field, or Father Sky, the field. Mother Earth. Heaven and earth is one. Powerful. Remember, gratitude's not a condition to be met. God, the one universal mind, the field, or the Father, doesn't require your gratitude. It's for you. It's for you to recognize and accept that God hears you and always hears you, the field or the Father. And that you're healed, whole, complete, and fulfilled no matter what already. And you've always been. Remember what A Course in Miracles talks about. God's will for you is that you have everything. And this God guaranteed by making you everything as all that is, as I am awareness. So gratitude, not merely an elevated emotion, but it's a state of grace. It's so elevated that it's a state of being. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about the elevated emotions, joy and gratitude and so forth. Well, it's a state of being. You are already made as all that is. God loves you unconditionally and puts no conditions on that love and fulfillment. Only you do. God cannot give you what you deny yourself. You can only deny yourself. That's the common thread running through all of these success stories and the miracles we've talked about. All of them. And I remember Holly, who just shared her story about being a celebrity, a star. I remember talking to her in a few times where she was really experiencing the emotions those changing emotions of feeling like, oh, these circumstances are really weighing on me. But yet, she expressed her unconditional gratitude. I don't know how many times I've heard her say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. That's what does it. That's the thread for all of these creators. Knowing yourself as the source and creator and cause of your reality and life experience. No matter what, I am is unconditional gratitude. I am existence. I exist as all that is. There's nothing to be more grateful than that. Wow. The ancients demonstrated this with the story of one of the greatest miracles, arguably, one of the greatest stories in human history. Jesus as your I am awareness in the resurrection of Lazarus. What did Jesus do when he resurrected Lazarus? Well, we're going to show you this. Remember, just to set the stage, Lazarus was dead for 4 days. Not just dead, as I've said many times, but dead. In other words, they believed back then that after 3 days, the spirit leaves the body. So within 3 days, yeah, you could probably resurrect Laz. Laz is still hanging out. It's still possible, right? But after 3 days, he's dead. They were even saying he's going to stink. What are you doing? Right? Not believing in your own I am awareness. In his grave clothes. But what did Jesus do as your I am awareness? What were the ancients telling us here? Jesus stood at the tomb and gave thanks. That was the start. Father, the field, I thank you that you have heard me. Gratitude in advance means knowing it's done. Means knowing it's yours. It means that knowing yourself is all that is. That's what gratitude in advance. It doesn't mean in advance of getting something. It's in advance of knowing that you are the source, that you are one. Wow. This is the recognition that God always hears you. God hears you and always hears you, that it's done, that creation is finished. Then what did Jesus say? And I know that you always hear me. You always hear me. That's the unification with the field or the source or the Father. Knowing yourself as one with all of it. Then what does he say? But because of the people standing around, I said this, that they may believe that you sent me. In other words, that's it. The gratitude is for you. The people standing around represent you. You play all the parts. Your own recognition of your own I amness in the midst of doubt and fear and contrary conditions. Remember, the people standing around were doubting him, fearing about this. They did not believe it. Right? It's that doubt, it's those conditions. He was dead. After 4 days, you're dead. But because of the people standing around, I know you don't need it. This is for me. Not Jesus, right? Remember, Jesus plays all the parts. This is for you. Physically focused you. Because of those people standing around, the physically focused you, I said this. That they may believe you sent me. It's that gratitude. That's why God doesn't need your gratitude. It's done. Wow, powerful. And then what's the third step? The command. Lazarus, come forth. In other words, I am that which I desire to be no matter what. In Holly's cases, I'm famous. I'm a celebrity no matter what. In all those other cases, I'm healed, I'm whole, I'm with my specific person, whatever it is. Lazarus, dead. The spirit was believed to leave the body after 3 days. What a miracle. Then you have 2 Kings 3. The story of the 3 kings and their armies. Dying of thirst in the desert. In other words, dying without the recognition, the knowing, and the gratitude of knowing themselves as source. That's what that represents. Dying of thirst, not having the knowing or the recognition or the gratitude, that innate gratitude of knowing themselves as source. So they pray or they ask, is there someone can help us? They want to find a prophet They pray to God. God or Lord or the law. What does God say? What's the message from God or the law or the Lord or the field? It says, thus says the Lord or the law or the field or the Father, you shall not dig ditches. Dig a ditch. He said, dig ditches. That was the message. To dig ditches. They're tired. They're dying of thirst. What's God's message? Get a shovel and dig a ditch. Why? The ditches are not for them, not for God. It's for them. Because God says here, thus says the Lord, you shall not see wind and you shall not see rain, yet that valley shall be filled with water. In other words, the water is already yours. You're already all that is. The ditch or the gratitude is for you. Do you see? God doesn't need it. But what does he tell the three kids? Go up, dig a ditch, and then you will see those ditches. It will be, you will not see wind or you not see rain. You're not going to see any signs. But the valley shall be filled with water. In other words, recognize yourself as source. Feel that gratitude, that innate gratitude of knowing yourself as the source and creator and cause of everything you want and desire. Remember what gratitude does. It creates a vacuum. In the universe, or that universal mind abhors a vacuum. It creates a space or a ditch, in this case, that must be filled with everything you want and desire. That's the metaphysical meaning of digging the ditch. It's not for God. God already said yes. God already made you as all that is. That gratitude's for you. You create that vacuum and that space that must be filled with everything that you want and desire. Because it's already yours. Because it was there the whole time. Because God already made you as all that is. That's what the significance of the story in 2 Kings 3 is, what we've talked about a few times. The Lord tells them to dig ditches. It's hot. They're dying. But what are they dying from? What's the metaphysical message? They're dying of lack of knowing and recognition and gratitude, knowing themselves as source. Dig the ditch. Create that vacuum. Create that space where that is going to be filled with everything that you want and desire. That's what gratitude does. It's powerful. It's not in advance of getting things. In advance means I know creation's finished. I know I'm already all that is. I know that I'm already everything I want and desire. It's a state of being. It's a state of grace. Neville Goddard talks about it in 3 stages, also 3 steps, like we talked about with the resurrection of Lazarus, which Science of Mind with Ernest Holmes talks about that if you read Science of Mind. Neville Goddard says, imagine something, anything. Accept it in gratitude, and then watch it come to pass. 3 steps. Gratitude. Accept it in gratitude. Know it with the grace and gratitude that you are. Wow, that's powerful. That's how they manifested the impossible. They all did that. They all recognized themselves as source or cause. No matter what the doubt is and the conditions and the circumstances look like. They stood in that knowing, in that innate gratitude. I specifically remember this with Holly because I spoke with her a few times, several times. And I always thought it's so notable. Every time I have an interaction with her, it's always thank you, thank you, thank you. There was so much gratitude pouring out of her when there was nothing at that time in her life that looked like she should be expressing gratitude. Do you see this? The conditions were in her face, yet she's still expressing the love and gratitude of who she is. Wow, that's why. That's how they all manifested the impossible. They all did that. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Tom Kearin channel and studios at Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you, thank you, thank you. So happy to have you with us. Check out the Be Something Wonderful channel. We just released a video there. We just tipped over 78,000 subscribers on that channel. We're just chugging along here. We have more content coming. Thank you for attending our live stream this past Sunday. That was our 43rd live event. Oh no, What am I saying? Our live, see, I'm already ahead of it. Our live event is this Sunday, our 43rd live event. Boy, I've already done the live event. It's true, it's done. Thank you. But we're going to do it again. Why not create it again? This Sunday on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel, we're going to remind you with another announcement. Join us. It's our 43rd live event. We've done 42 other live events. And we also will do a public live event on the channel. Stay tuned for that. That would be a special event that will be coming over the next few months. So stay tuned, a lot more coming. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful on the Tom Kearin channel. Until next time, we'll see you soon.